If war breaks out, it's Pakistan that will be destroyed. Moody's report shakes with India's strength. It was a silent night. The winds in the valleys of Pahalgam seemed fearful, but then a blast shattered the calm, shaking the entire region. On 22nd April 2025, a terrorist attack claimed the lives of 26 innocent tourists, people who had no fault. Screams echoed, blood was spilled, and sorrow spread across the valley. The responsibility for this attack was claimed by a terrorist group called TRF, linked to Lashkar-e-Taiba. But the most shocking revelation was that 3 of the terrorists involved were Pakistani nationals. Once again, the same story repeated. The roots of terror are traced back across the border. This time, India decided that the response wouldn't just be strong, it would be unforgettable, something the world would witness and Pakistan could never forget. But it's not just India speaking this time, the world is speaking too. And now, Moody's, the renowned American rating agency, has raised its voice, issuing a stark warning in its latest report. If the situation escalates into war, Pakistan will face complete devastation, while India's economy will remain largely unaffected. Today, we'll discuss this issue in depth. But before that, if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update from us. Let's begin without any delay. Moody's report has completely exposed Pakistan. The report states that if tensions between India and Pakistan persist, Pakistan's economy could completely collapse. Its GDP could decline, the country's growth rate could be severely impacted, and most importantly, foreign currency reserves would come under immense pressure. Pakistan is already struggling with its debt obligations. Loans from the IMF and other institutions have become a lifeline for it. But according to Moody's, if border tensions escalate, Pakistan's forex reserves will not only decrease but fall to a level where repaying debt would become impossible. This is the same Pakistan that stands on the brink of bankruptcy every 6 months. Now, with the possibility of war, its condition has become even more fragile. Now, if we look at India's situation, the picture is entirely different. Moody's report states that economic relations between India and Pakistan are so limited that any kind of tension would have little to no impact on India's overall economic activity. Only 0.5% of India's total exports go to Pakistan. According to 2025 data, from April to January, India exported goods worth $448 million to Pakistan. On the other hand, imports from Pakistan are negligible, only $0.42 million. In short, the country with which India has almost no trade ties has no economic bearing on us. Therefore, even if a war happens, there is little chance of India suffering a significant economic blow. And this is what scares Pakistan the most. India's economy is not only large, but its roots have become so deep that it can withstand any crisis. In 2024, India crossed a GDP of $4.3 trillion, and according to the IMF, by 2025 India will overtake Japan to become the 4th largest economy in the world. On the other hand, Pakistan's GDP in 2024 was only $374 billion. The contrast is clear. On one side is India becoming an economic superpower, and on the other is Pakistan's collapsing economy. India is not only providing employment and growth to its citizens, but has also gained the trust of global companies and investors. Meanwhile, Pakistan has neither a plan, nor resources, nor stability. Moody's report doesn't stop there. It also makes it clear that if conditions worsen further, the aid Pakistan receives from the IMF could also be at risk. Additionally, the IMF team is scheduled to meet with Pakistan to review a $1.3 billion new funding request and a $7 billion bailout package. But if India seizes this opportunity to expose Pakistan's involvement in terrorism on international platforms, the IMF will be compelled to halt this aid. And when that aid stops, Pakistan's financial condition will move from the ICU straight to a ventilator. India is moving forward in this entire situation with extreme restraint and strategic planning. On one hand, it is diplomatically cornering Pakistan on international platforms, while on the other, it is safeguarding its borders. According to Moody's, even if India is compelled to take steps toward war, its economy is strong enough to bear the burden of additional defense spending. Yes, the fiscal deficit may increase slightly, but overall, the Indian economy will maintain its momentum. This is the very strength that makes India the first choice globally for investment and partnerships today. Now, if we talk about the creditworthiness of both countries, Moody's credit ratings say a lot. Pakistan's rating is CA2, which is considered one of the weakest categories, indicating a very high risk of default. In contrast, India's rating is BA3, which, though the lowest in the investment grade bracket, still falls under the stable category. This clearly means that while Pakistan has lost investor confidence, the world still has complete trust in India. And that trust is India's greatest strength. Moody's report cannot be ignored because it does not merely analyze economic data, but presents the ground reality on an international platform. India's political stability, policy transparency, and global cooperation strategy have made it a responsible democracy. On the other hand, Pakistan's image continues to be that of an unstable and terror-supporting nation. In such a situation, even if a country wants to remain neutral between the two, the data will compel it to lean towards India. The biggest message of this entire report is, now is the time for Pakistan to introspect. The era of intimidating India is over. India now responds firmly with strategic understanding and with international support. If Pakistan dares another misadventure, the result will not only be economic devastation, but also complete diplomatic isolation on the global stage. And Moody's report has already documented this fact for the world to see.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.